Have you ever wondered why one slice of pizza here in the US can leave you feeling like a balloon? What if I told you that it isn't magic or even your metabolism, but the way our food is made? Stick around because today we're diving into why Americans bloat after one slice of pizza, why Europeans seem to breeze through bread and pasta without hiccups, and how this all ties into preventable diseases. By the end of this episode, you'll know exactly what's happening in your gut, what to watch out for on your next pizza night, and simple steps powered by the right enzymes that can help you feel light and energized again. Have you ever noticed that in the US, pizza crust often feels heavy and chewy? That's because our flour is typically bleached and over-refined. In Europe, flours are less processed, often milled to the type 00 standard. So they are retain more of their natural proteins and fibers. Those fibers help your gut bacteria digest carbs more smoothly, preventing gas buildup. Here in the States, nearly 42% of adults are classified as obese, up from just 15% in 1970. Meanwhile, many Western European countries hang around 20 to 25% obesity rate. Why the difference? Partly it's portion sizes and activity levels, but more importantly, it's what's in our food. American's pizza dough often contains added sugars, dough conditioners, and preservatives that feed the wrong bacteria in your gut, leading straight to bloating and discomfort. Let me ask you, have you ever felt that heavy, stretched out feeling right after a slice? That's often because those dough conditioners are synthetic chemicals, like bromated flour or potassium iodate, designed to make crusts rise faster. European has banned many of these additives. No wonder they can eat more and feel better. Bleaching agents like chlorine dioxide and benzoyl peroxide strip flour of its natural oils, vitamins, and enzymes. Then to enrich it, manufacturers dump back synthetic iron, niacin, riboflavin, and folic acid, but they don't replace the phytonutrients, antioxidants, and natural enzymes that were lost. Over the past 50 years, consumption of refined grains in the US has climbed dramatically. Today, Americans get nearly 70% of their daily carbohydrates from refined sources. That's far cry from traditional European diets, where whole grain breads and flours are the norm. What's the result of that? Our bodies struggle to break down empty calories, leading to blood sugar spikes, insulin resistance, and chronic inflammation, all precursors to preventable diseases like type 2 diabetes and heart disease. Think about it. If your flour has no built-in enzymes anymore, your gut has to work overtime or rely on supplement enzymes to do the job. Isn't it time to give your body and your gut microbiome a fighting chance? In 1970s, 15% of American adults were obese. By 2020, that number has nearly tripled to over 40%. Across the pond, many European nations saw only small increase, often between 5 to 10 percentage points over the same period. Also in 1970, the average American consumed about 125 pounds of sugar per year. By 2000, it peaked at over 150 pounds, and today remains above 140 pounds. Excess sugar feeds harmful gut microbes, producing gas and bloating. European sugar consumption has been steadier and often lower per capita. Today, more than 60% of the US diet comes from ultra-processed foods, ready-made meals, refined snacks, sugary drinks. In contrast, European diets lean heavily on fresh, minimally processed ingredients like olive oil, fresh vegetables, whole grains, and fermented foods. Chronic bloating isn't just uncomfortable. It's a red flag. Conditions like leaky gut, IBS, and even autoimmune diseases often trace back to long-term overexposure to bleached flours, added sugars, and lacking gut-friendly fibers. In Europe, regular consumption of fermented foods like sauerkraut, yogurt, kefir, and sourdough help maintain healthy gut flora. Those microbes produce short-chain fatty acids that strengthens the gut lining and reduce inflammation. Why not add a side of natural sauerkraut to your next pizza night? So what are enzymes? They are teeny proteins that act like molecular scissors, cutting carbohydrates into simple sugars, proteins into amino acids, and fats into fatty acids that your body can absorb. When you eat bleached flour pizza, your body may lack enough of amylase and protease it needs to break down that dough and cheese combo. The result? Partially digested particles ferment in your gut, causing gas, bloating, and discomfort. What's the solution? Supplement with broad-spectrum digestive enzymes, ideally containing amylase, protease, and lipase. Take it right before your meal. You'll notice those uncomfortable post-pizza symptoms melt away as your gut does its job more efficiently. Choose unbleached, unenriched whole grains flours whenever you can. Look for whole wheat or sprouted grains labels. Check me out how I do shopping for flour at the store. So today I'm going to be showing you how I shop and what to look for when you're shopping for flour. So I'm going to show you 3 different examples. So this specific one is what you're looking for is if flour is bleached and enriched. So they're using, when during bleaching, they're using special chemicals to preserve. And then when they're killing a lot of good nutrients, they're adding by enriching the flour. So what's the problem with that is they're adding a lot of like iron, thiamine, or riboflavin, or niacin, and specifically folic acid. Folic acid is not natural. Folate is, but folic acid is not. So it's all synthetic. They're adding that. Your digestive tract does not know what to do this. So sometimes what happens is they could say unbleached, but it's still enriched. And I'm going to show you an example here where it says this specific one. Again, I'm not demonizing this specific company. I'm just showing you how to look for in order to make sure you're eating something healthy. So it says unbleached, but it still says it's enriched. They're still adding stuff into the flour in order to enrich it because they killed off a lot of good nutrients and vitamins and minerals. So what I buy and what I get is flours like this. So making sure when you're looking at ingredients, for example, right here it says white spelled flour. It doesn't have to be spelled, but anything that doesn't say enriched or bleached is something you want to avoid. Add fermented sides, kimchi, yogurt, kefir, or kombucha. 1 small tablespoon of sauerkraut can feed trillions of good bacteria. Up your fiber game. Fruits, vegetables, legumes, and nuts feed your healthy gut bugs and prevent constipation. Use digestive enzymes before big meals, especially pizza night. Try an over-the-counter enzyme supplements to break down carbs, proteins, and fats. Stay hydrated. Water helps enzymes work and keep your digestive flowing smoothly. So next time you are staring down a slice of American pizza, ask yourself, is this going to feed my gut or fight it? If you want to dive deeper, hit the subscribe button, share this episode with your friends, and drop a comment down below. Feeling ready to take control? Reach out to the enzyme specialist in your area and see how targeted enzyme plan can transform your digestion and your life. Thanks for listening, and remember, when you treat food as medicine, you'll never feel like you're eating medicine as your food. Until next time, stay curious, stay healthy, and stay light.